Welcome back, folks. We take on the Gold Rush track, also known as the Holland Track. Yes, we're back here again. This time the conditions are quite different.
I've got no traction at the moment.
And a little bit more difficult, causing a few situations.
3 lots of 7 years of bad luck.
The question is, do we go to the left or do we go to the right? Camera crew's just caught up to us. I've got in a bit of a pickle here.
And apart from getting into a few pickles, some of the best night skies we've seen out on the Holland Track. Let's get straight into it.
Mate, she's a bit wet.
Just a bit. Well, at least I don't have to worry about the dust this time.
On the Holland Track, it's going to be an interesting one.
It's nice and wet. Someone actually got some code of conduct. You never see this anywhere.
No, this is actually really good. People know exactly to lower their tyres and what channel to be on. UHF channel 28, that means that you'll be able to tell if there's people coming your way or not. Tyre pressure, I like how I've written it here, although I'm going 25. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll be about 25.
This is a very historic track. Lots to talk about, lots to see, lots to do, and hopefully we make it out on the other side. Ready to rock and roll. Let's see what we got ahead of us.
With the current conditions we have and with the track being wet and a lot of it actually underwater, it's going to be very unpredictable and very exciting.
How deep's it look? How's it look?
I can walk on water.
Can you turn it to wine too?
Maybe. That'd be good for camp, wouldn't it? We have many puddles coming up, nothing to worry about, but there will be some coming up that are going to be very deep, possibly even roof deep, I'm not kidding. So you really got to get out and choose the right line, because if you get it wrong, you could be very wet.
Oh.
You found a hidden rock, did you?
Yeah, it caught me by surprise. Hey, looks like your V8's a bit moist there, mate.
And she's running a bit cool.
That's a lot.
Oh dear. I felt the bottom on that one.
Now that was a lot deeper than what you suggested it would be.
Who knows what's up ahead, mate?
Well, I never remember that one being so deep, and I do remember some deep ones, so it's going to be interesting.
I don't remember any puddles at all that early on.
No, not any that are waist height anyway.
Yeah. What's this one got in store for us?
Being the lead vehicle also makes you the guinea pig. And being the guinea pig makes it my job to relay what the conditions are of the terrain I've just driven through.
Oh, not too bad, Dobbs, not too bad.
Well, that's good, because I didn't feel like going for a mud bath just yet.
You only brought one pair of shoes too. That was a bit of a fail. It's always good to communicate with handhelds before someone else goes through. Hold up, just hold up. I got held up here before. I can just see there, that's my leaf right there. I kind of got on a funny angle because something pushed me over. Just letting you know.
All right, cheers, mate.
Go more that way, I reckon. It's pretty sloppy out there when I checked it before. Caught you out as well.
Normally by this stage we'll be a lot further ahead. However, these conditions are really slowing us down and the holes seem to get deeper.
you can see, these holes out here, they can be very deceiving. Had there been a lot more water here, this would have been full. To the untrained eye, well, even to the trained eye, you can't tell how deep they are until you put a stick in it. And as you can see, when this is full, it's pretty deep. Got to be careful out here. The Holland Track. Why is it here? We're about 30 k's into the Holland Track right now. It may come to a surprise to a lot of you out there, but this track is over 100 years old. It exists all because of some gold they found up near Coolgardie. Once this was made public knowledge, people from Perth and Fremantle grabbed whatever they had, tents, pickaxes, shovels, and made their way towards Coolgardie. But there was a problem. Everyone who came into the port of Albany had to go the long way until John Holland cut this track through. Now, many had tried before, but they all failed. John Holland was the only one that managed to cut this track through with his crew. And this shortcut saved people weeks of traveling from Broome Hill all the way to Coolgardie. Now, why are we here today? That's another story. I'll tell you that in the car. The entire Holland Track is over 500 kilometres long, but the portion that we are doing, which is from Hyden and heading up to Coolgardie, is about 250 kilometres, and that is all completely four-wheel drive. You cannot get through this without a four-wheel drive, especially in the condition that it is right now. Back in 1893, John Holland and his crew managed to cut this by hand in 2 months and 4 days. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that is very impressive. That is a short amount of time for back then to cut this through using hand tools and of course a few ponies and whatnot. So it's pretty impressive. I got myself into a bit of a pickle here. I was in two minds in which line to take, which meant that I slowed down and I feathered the brakes. And once you feather your brakes on this stuff, it's all over, Red Rover. So I've got myself into this situation. I've tried to correct myself, but the more I'm doing it, the more the back's swinging around. I'm almost facing the wrong way here. So Torbs is going to put the winch on the back of me here and grab my back end while I'm going to try and swing the front around. And then I should end up down here and then I can just drive out. It's pinning me on that side and this back end just keeps sliding down. You can see how far I've gone across. You right there, mate?
I can't get any traction on the ground to pull it out. I'm just sinking in the mud. I think it's bound up.
This is so slippery right here. The whole ground. I mean, I feel like I'm wearing 2.5 kilo weights on my bloody feet here. Hopefully gonna pull me out rather than pull himself in.
Hope you didn't just jinx it.
Give me a bit of a pull and see what happens first.
Alright, I got tension now. Now I'm going to give it a pull.
Ooh, I'm sliding too. So you might have to drive it.
Roger.
Yeah, it's looking good. Hold it there.
That looks hilarious. Alright, driver now, left hand down.
Well, that was interesting. Preventative measures before it becomes a real problem. It's so slippery here. You saw how easy that vehicle just pretty much got pulled up, sliding along the mud. Very interesting conditions we have here. Very interesting.
It's that slippery. Off camera, the camera car ended up nosing into the bush more than once.
Daylight in the camp, eh?
Daylight in the camp.
A very rare occurrence, daylight camp arrival. Time to celebrate, get that fire going and enjoy the billion-star view. I'll tell you what folks, this is a view you will not get in the city. Early start this morning. Because of the conditions we faced yesterday, we may face those today as well. And if we do that, we may not actually get to our destination at a reasonable time.
Let's see what today has in store for us. There is a very sloppy section I know that we're coming up to. I'm a little bit concerned about that, to be honest, because this is the worst I've ever seen the conditions at this point here, and this is normally not as bad as the other spot we're going to. So no,
Just go.
oh, 3 mirrors adds up to 21.
I was about to say, did you realise that the 3 lots of 7 years of bad luck?
Yeah.
But no, that's weird.
Yet again, a tree has clipped my mirror. That's the 3rd time.
The question is, do we go to the left or do we go to the right?
Take one each.
And is it your left or my right?
Ah.
I think that's the safest option here. They're not that deep, but the base is very, very, like you push, you can go through a couple of inches. I'm taking this way.
Mud, glorious mud. Whoa, that's a deepie.
These cruisers have seen a lot of mud in their day, and I'll tell you what, over time, it adds up to a lot more maintenance.
A tip for you. Always check the depths of all the tracks and take the path of least resistance. That way you preserve the tracks, save yourself a lot of money.
The Holland Track itself is mainly an A to B route. You can either head from the south to the north or from the north to the south. I've done the south to the north countless times, well actually 9 times, and every single time it's different.
Just a walk in the park, mate. Just a walk in the park.
And there are so many campsites out here, it's just a great place just to get away from the city and get out into the bush.
When was the last time you were at the top of this one here, Torbs?
Well, it's been a couple of years since I've been up here.
It's changed a little bit.
Yeah, I think last time I did this was as the sun was setting, so it looks a bit different.
So we're climbing Mount Holland right now, and this mountain is one of those high points that John Holland climbed up to get a good idea of the landscape coming up ahead. That was a short but very exciting climb to the top of Mount Holland, very bouncy, and this is a place where John Holland came up to get a good vantage point.
It is a good vantage point. If you're looking for water, and you can keep an eye on your workers out there while you're having a cup of tea.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't take Torbs as a tea drinker.
Hey, Torbs.
Yeah, mate. Oh, lordy.
I've never seen it like this before. I know some of these are deep. Might have to go for a walk here, mate. And that's what I call an interesting situation. Doesn't matter where we go, we will hit something. Just a matter of how deep will it be. We know this track quite well, both me and Torbs, and we know that where that sign is right there, the HT, Holland Track, that's the best way to follow it around. All these other gouges through here, they've just gone deeper and deeper over time, and they are very deep right now. So if you get stuck in one of those, your car's going to be flooded. So we're going to try our best to follow the curve around. Hopefully there's enough of a rut to keep us in like a rail line. If not, we might be facing the wrong way all of a sudden. Wish me luck, I may need it.
Good luck.
Holy moly.
Often things appear worse than what they are, but I still managed to get my vehicle a bit sideways.
Come through, mate. I ended up a little bit sideways there.
The wet and soggy part of the track seems to be behind us, and we've really made up some good time with this long dry patch we've been hitting.
We've just arrived at Cracker Rock, Torbs, off to the left there. We're at Cracker Rock now. This is one of those rocky outcrops that retains a lot of water because of all the little pockets and stuff in here. So this was a vital place for all the travellers, and there's many of these rocky outcrops all along the Holland Track. So as you would have come through back in the day, this would be your vital water source. Not just for people, but also for animals too.
Plenty of water up here.
Heaps. Here we are at the top of Cracker Rock. It's a cracking view.
It
Had
is
to
a
do that one.
good old dad jokes, eh?
Mr. John Holland would have been up here too. Surveying the land ahead, but more importantly, getting the water, the vital water source for their efforts.
Small water holes
Heaps
everywhere.
of pools. Folks, this is what's called a enamel hole. It's kind of improvised. Me and Torbs just put the slabs back on. So what they'll do is they'll put slabs on top of the hole to prevent animals from contaminating the water and also protect it from evaporation from extreme heat from the sun. So enamel hole translates to water hole. I wouldn't just go and drink this though. This will need to be boiled or somewhat filtered.
The Holland Track was retraced in 1993 and reopened for the public to enjoy, hence why we're out here right now. This is my 9th time I've driven the Holland Track, and definitely not the last.
We're on our final leg now to Thursday Rock, and I don't think we'll get to camp before it gets dark because the sun is already going down. I don't think we'll get there before dark, mate. Not that you'd be surprised about it.
I'm not surprised, funny enough, but something special about today.
Something special about today. Apart from breaking my mirror, that's about the only special thing that's happened today.
Where are we heading?
Thursday Rock on a Friday.
Nah, it's Thursday, buddy.
It is too. How fitting. I've never actually been to Thursday Rock on a Thursday.
No, neither of us have. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get there before the stars come out.
I don't know how I did not realise that, considering I planned the trip.
To me, this is the most beautiful time to drive out in the bush. You get the silhouettes of the trees, you get the sun falling in the background. It is just awesome. And you get to use all those lights you got on your vehicle. They got to be there for a reason, right? And this, folks, is our last night on the Holland Track. A nice warm fire. Enjoy the stars for one last time. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. We'll see you next week.